And we're live on the Twitch.tv/theasuma, where my eyes kind of hurt a little bit looking at all these fast animations. Jeez, they move so fast. Welcome everyone back to shapezio. I am really looking forward to this. It's going to be a good one. I thought I would play this for like a stream or two, but I've gotten sucked in a little further than I would have liked. I say liked. I mean, I'm enjoying it. We have done... This is interesting. We have done one of the challenges. What one was it? To unlock a new type of this, right? Like we can now, I think, have... Let's go mess around with this. This will make more sense once I start building, right? So... we've got the one type, yeah, and then apparently I can now have another type as well, is what I've unlocked. Oh, T. There you go. So you basically got tier 2 and tier 1. Range 5, range 8. But it allows you to have them go through each other like that, okay? So that's what we've unlocked. Now what's confused me is that I think we were already making the next one right here. However, we're kind of stuck at 1.17. Storage buffer. Ooh. Now, why would we be stuck? We are making this over here. Ah, I disabled the output of this. That would be why. We could choose to disable the output over here of this, but we're on our way to mixing and painting upgrades, so we'll continue that one along. We have an objective, I guess, then to make these two shapes right here. Now this one, I believe, is currently semi-achievable using our current setup. Yes, let's go and give ourselves an objective to create this shape right here. Cool. So we would need to send up... We're going to have to remember how to play this, right? We create the base shape first, the bottom layer, so that would be the circles. Cool. So we're actually going to once again create a blueprint of everything you see here and copy and paste. Also, I'm probably going to need to give an explainer at some point as to what we're doing here, because some of you might be watching for the first time. Does anyone in chat need a explainer? Let me know. We also have Midnight Mist Live subscribing with Amazon Prime. Thank you so much. Appreciate the subscription. So it is a gap of 4 in between each time. That's how I roll. And there we go, like that. We're kind of ready to build the next one. Oh, this is super simple. Yes, a lot of people asking. Well, let me set up something complicated that will make no sense whatsoever, and then after I'll explain the game. I just want to get this thing rolling so that we're making progress while we're chatting. We're already making progress on our next objective. We're just working on something further down the line as well. Cool, so we need white paint to be mixed with the circle shape first of all. I might get lazy in the future and just start blueprinting this. Feels like a bit of a waste though, because it's not too much more effort to do this, I guess. Okay, now have we taken circles out before? We have. What I'm going to do is copy this up to about there. Now about here. Okay. Now in line with this part here, I believe, which is going to be where the circles... Let me double check that. Yes, where the circles go. Okay, it's about precisely placing things. We put that one there. Then in line with the next, which I think is just somewhere there, we're going to put white in. And then if we come up here, we just need a couple of bridges. I'm going to go with tier 1s. And it's all going in. And look at that, we're making the base of this. Sweet. So next we got more insertion to do, I guess. Come all the way down here to the bottom. We haven't built these tracks yet. But once again, we're going to put this in line with it. And we're nearly done, by the way, you know. Nearly done with this, believe it or not. So that is the spot that it needs to go at. There it is, and the colour is blue. Now this is where I'm going to need a smaller one. Okay, so we're going to come over here. Copy that. Paste it over here. I feel like I just did something wrong. Oh yeah, no, I haven't finished building it. That's what I've done wrong. Got to finish building it. Jeez. So in goes the blue dye. Excellent. Right, and then we just... I guess I can just be lazy again, right? Do it that way. Why not? Yes! Look what's going through. And what comes out? That's the perfect shape. I'm double, triple checking it with my eyeballs. Okay, peeps want to know how it's played. I will explain how this game is played, don't you worry. We're just in the process of setting up our next objective, and we're actually very nearly done. So we're going to copy that. Now it's a bit tricky to place it. Put it over here. And then we've got to bring it all the way back to the hub. How many gaps did we put? We put 2 between it, right. So there we go. Let's get lazy again. Getting the hang of this laziness, aren't I? So we do that. And then we've got to bring it back to the hub. And I think we're going to just merge it with that red line for now. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Right. Job's done. We will see that number tick up as well now. One thing's for sure, as we progress with this game, the amount of items it's asking for keeps getting higher and higher to the point where it's actually going to be a lot of time for this to be done, which makes me think, you know, we've learned something from the bus we built. We probably need to build another one. Aha, here they come. Here they come. Into the system they go. And the number starts to tick up. That's awesome. Cool. Crafty JJ says looks a bit like Factorio. If you played Factorio, this will be similar. By the way, I got a hot cup of tea here. Definitely too hot to drink, but I'm holding it in my hands. It's warming my hands up. Your average Crusader says, how does this game work and what is the point of it? Well, the point of any game is to have fun, right? We are sending items to this central system right here. We started with nothing, but we had tools like belts, extractors to extract materials, and we would extract materials and send them to here. But then some of those materials would need to be processed. They would need to be cut into smaller bits, rotated, pasted back together, sometimes painted like what's going on over here. It'd be very cool if we could slow down the game a little bit. I don't think P is pause, right? Space is pause? No, there's no pause button here. Which would be useful. Lets you just focus on things a little easier. But anyway, you know, we extract these circle shapes from this deposit, send them over here, and they get painted red. And then they get sent in. And that is one of the objectives we've had along the way. I'm now starting to notice something, though. That is no longer needed at all in any of this, and probably won't be again in the future. We could potentially rip this bit here out entirely, and I think I will, because we want to start overhauling a lot of stuff in this game at the moment, I guess. Yeah, it kind of feels like a waste to like not have the rest of these go in, but it is pretty much a waste. Yeah, let's get rid of it all. Wow, look at that. See you later, alligator. Okay, over here, we were using these extractors, which had these ones chained to it. There we go, we've removed some stuff we no longer need. And freed up an input. If you blueprint all of it, RC, it should delete it all at once. Oh, I could use a blueprint to delete it, right? So yeah, as we have sent this thing the shapes it has asked for, we progress up the levels, we unlock certain things. We have this tool, a balancer, which can mix belts together. You have the ability to tunnel and bridge. You can extract materials and chain them together. You have the cutter, which allows you to cut the shapes. The rotator, the stacker that puts them on top of one another, the color mixer, and the color painter. And so, a process of one to the next, we have steadily been producing everything that you see right here. So I wonder, is there anything else we're feeding this that we no longer need? We're feeding it pure circles and quarter circles. It is actually tricky to like focus on what the shape is. It still wants that, it still wants that, it still wants the halves, it wants the squares. Where are the squares going in? They're going in up here. I think that might have been the only one. That might have been the only unnecessary one. Oh no, I see another. Oh no, wait, there it is. Okay, that one and that one are still on there. So as you'll see, it is a slow journey, a very slow journey, to get 40k. And even just 16k of those. Now I want the storage buffer, that sounds like a good thing. So I think we're going to have to get realistic here. We're going to have to build a new, bigger, better system, but we're also going to focus on this. And it reminds me, I've got these ways to get around. So if I click on this and copy key, zoom out, click on the output, place in a marker, that is now something we can jump to over here. Raw shapes, this one, that one, we can jump all over the place. So what do you think, peeps? You know, we discussed doing this with more belts. It kind of looks like we either make our bus bigger or we actually start doing some more purpose-built buses. Like, we could rebuild one of these just for one of the materials over here. Because this thing has proven its bandwidth limit pretty quickly. Now, Taurus says upgrade the bus. If we upgrade the bus, it's just going to eventually run into this problem again, right? So maybe what we should do is purpose build something. Like, I'm thinking of purpose building for this objective. And we would just need to find a unique configuration of all the things we need somewhere. Does make me wonder. We could have a secondary bus going off in this direction. I think each colour mixer needs its own input belt, says Mari. It does have 2 input belts, right? I'm going to keep my eye on chat for a minute. There's got to be alternatives. Mixed colour production should be from their own extractor. Surprise tea, that is a good idea. That is a good idea. I think what I might do is just start a new bus somewhere else, alright? Let's have a look at this. If we were to send things in, it's probably straight from the bottom here that is most flexible, considering like this setup right here could probably be a heck of a lot better. Kind of looks like I could literally just come here and do something like that. Oh, I've done the wrong type. How long's that been going at like suboptimal efficiency, eh? I got a feeling that was actually the same speed as the extractor though, but... Anyway, let's say we make our inputs come from down here. And then maybe we... I think we'll extract color and send it... It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of tricky to think about where you want your layout to be. But essentially, we're potentially building something like this again. But I think maybe what we'll do this time is just focus on the colour buses, and we'll do what was suggested in chat there. So you can replace all normal extractors with changed ones. Normal aren't needed anymore. Oh, right, okay. Wouldn't it be better to just rotate the halves that are getting trashed once in the circle production? Possibly, yeah. It was just something we set up quickly, you know. This is a copy of Factorio, says Morales. It's not, really. It's quite different. I mean, it's got its similarities, but to call it a copy is just... It's just typical... Why do we think like that? Why do we think, oh, it's a copy? Everything's a copy. You're a copy of your parents. Mixed together. This isn't the same game. This is different. It takes elements of Factorio and focuses on them and enhances them, and other elements of Factorio are completely devoid. There's no cost for building anything. There's no aliens. There's no survival. It focuses on different aspects. Okay, so if we're going to make this new colour bus, we're gonna want the red, green, and blue all near each other again. And then, am I going to go in a different direction? Because I was thinking of using the bottom as the input, right? So I think what we'll do... I just need to start building, really, instead of probably just thinking too much. So we kind of want green, red, and blue near each other, like there. There's a good trio. Yeah, they can go out in that direction, let's say. Then we want red and blue, green and red. Kind of just want a couple extra nearby. But they probably are, because you've got green and red, green and blue. Yeah, I think this trio right here might be... Oh, they don't actually look that big of deposits when you get closer. Anyway, how many belts? I think we're going to have to go with 8. 8 was what was described to me before as being a decent amount. Can I build... I can build them off as well, which is interesting. Let's see how that behaves. So it doesn't come through that bit. Okay, that's to be expected. So that only gives us like six belts here. Wasn't some of the other sites we found a lot bigger? Or maybe not. I feel like the other ones are bigger. Maybe the further out you go, the bigger they are. Yeah, hang on, that's bigger. How much does that rule extend? Further you out, they definitely get bigger. Okay. If we find 3 of them close to each other, they'll probably be enough to support the whole thing. Here we go. How about this? That's mahoosive. That's mahoosive. This is going to be our new spot, right? So new bus over here. Okay, so let's get 8 in a row, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they can all have a stupid amount of chained ones behind them. It's probably complete overkill. In fact, that's a good point. We need this for other stuff as well. So let's not make this too confusing now. Okay, so there is 8 belts. This is going to be a pain, I tell you. This is going to be a pain. Suma, look into creating currency to make blueprints. Really helps you speed up the game, says Dorsey. Oh, we're already making blueprints over here. I don't know what you mean by currency, though. Like, there was a little information thing here, right? Like, that's the goal, that's blueprints, and this is the one that we've pinned. They cap out at 5, says Nikon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, they've all got 5, except those ones have 6. Oh, no. There we go. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's an important thing. How much space between them, right? 4. We'll go with that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want these ones to come up a little bit, essentially. So the green ones are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go ahead and go 1. Oh no. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, there's probably not enough space there, is there? Oops. This is the way to build it. Okay, and like that, we now have another of 8. This is kind of daunting, to be honest. Apparently I left a gap of 3. Oh! How'd I make that goof? At least fixing it isn't too difficult. Okay, there we go. So we've got 8, 8, and 8 all together, right? Now, we want to have the next colours in groups of 8 as well. And I guess we'll start by green and red go down. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a mess. And these are kind of isolated. There's patches further away. Green and red and blue, and then we just need a blue and green from somewhere. I could potentially just use these and bring them across that way. Okay, so now we need like 4 and 4. British Nick is here for 9 months. Thank you ever so much, dude. Appreciate it. We got Tarkuklio here for 4 months as well. Thank you so much. Official Jaden says, derp already? What do you mean, derp already? By the way, how many of you are here from yesterday's stream where I said, come tomorrow and watch this crazy game, right? Let's go... I want to go 1 higher, I think. Lots of you are. That's really good to see. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying it. It's a bit weird because we're doing this like high-end stuff now, right? The basics are probably more understandable. And here we are doing this crazy engineering. Oh wait, didn't I just say I need like half the amount? Okay, we're going to go with that much. So now I've got to build a mixing setup for this, which is currently a little bit daunting. We're going to mix those 2 colours together. Now let's think about the rate of extraction. Well, maybe the belt speed is better to think. So 12, right? Can we do a little bit of rough math here? 1.6. Let me grab the calculator. Well, I guess 10 would do 16. Thing is, these things are going to get upgraded, so I don't know what they're going to end up being in the max, right? But if we upgrade both belt and thing at the same, you know, like, the increase is the same, so in theory, they move together. Anyway, let's multiply 1.6 by 8. That's 12.8. So if we put 8 colour mixes per belt, so we need 8 times 8 because we've got 8 belts. So we need to have 64 colour mixes. Wow. This is insane. Okay, I don't even really know where to begin right now. What we will do is build it pretty much here, and then the next one we're going to build here and flip it, and then we're going to send the belts around side to side. So we've got lots of space behind us to build this. This is quite the challenge. Yeah, and where to begin? 64 of them, that's just... We know we're going to end up using these again, right? And we've got our 2 inputs on our output, so I could sort of put them in the middle and just have it go along. But I can't help but I feel it needs to be a bit smarter than that. Are you going to get the quad cutter, says Boo Boo Fast Cat. I don't know what the quad cutter is yet, but yeah, if that's the thing, we'll try and get there. Oh, Martian points out 32 because it takes in 2. Okay, that's cool. Okay. Now I'm wondering if we can put these side by side like this somehow. Oh, this is already looking a little... Nah, we'll probably find it easier to... You see, it's easy. Okay, let me explain. It's going to be easy for me to just put it in the middle and have 32 in a row. Can I get smart for a minute and just... Would there be an easy way of doing it, or just a way? We could shift red into that lane, but blue would want to go into the one behind it. It feels like it would be a mess of stuff. Or maybe we look at it like... Red goes from here, but then how would blue... No, blue would... Yeah, I think it gets messy if you try and stack them side by side. Suma, make a design you can replicate across the horizontal axis. So you use the replicate function to use tunnels to undercut across the module to keep on copying it. Felt like I understand the first bit, but maybe not the second. Let's say we have them up here. We can split and send upwards very easily. So we can stack them that way, essentially. 32 of them with not too much difficulty. I think I'm going to give that a try, right? So let's say we go... Oh yeah, and upwards would be the way to go because we're doing red and green next. So let's say we give ourselves a bit of starting space. Come over here and just put 1, 2, 3, 4 to begin with. Okay, we've got to get 2 colours in here each time. Now, for this, it's going to be every other. And it's going to turn in like that. Okay, we'll worry about the rest of it in a minute. For the other one, it's going to be tier 2. Like this. So now, essentially, we're going to have a similar thing somewhere down here. Actually, it might actually make more sense to build it further back so it's in line. Let's just see what the reach of this is again. Oh, wow. Okay, it's actually got the reach. That's great. Okay, so now all of our balances come back here. Like that, I think. Wait, were they're in line? Okay, so now here's the next thing. We want to get something in from every single belt, which we can do like that. The question is, do I need to do that every time? I'm not sure if I do, but I'm just going to do it anyway, right? And this, you might think, just looks absolutely ugly, but hey, it works. Let's go that way. So now, all of those, the bandwidth, get fed through here, and then we just got to repeat that process down the bottom, right? This is different from anything we've done before. So if it's optimal or not, I don't really care. I just like that. Hey, look, it's kind of new. It's kind of new, funky, and fresh. Okay, so these need to rotate up. And now we have... even our outputs are going to need to be considered, because now we want to mesh like that these onto a whole bunch as well. Right, let's see what chat thinks of that then. Zuf Cud says, after level 20, this game stops being interesting. That wouldn't surprise me. It's always the objective of doing something that makes a game like this interesting for me. Once you go sandbox mode, it kind of loses its meaning unless there's like some obvious goal that perhaps wasn't included in those 20 levels. Whereas something like Minecraft just have this endless like appetite for creation because it's more immersive, I think. This is like challenging as opposed to emergent. Please go in settings and turn on multiplace. I think that's what I do when I hold down shift, right? I think I'd rather just continue with the same control setup because otherwise I'll end up confusing myself. Now let's see how the copy function works here because we are using a sort of staggered approach. It looks almost perfect to me. So we now have 8 color mixes, right? 12. 12. Oh god, 16. My brain just turned off for a second. 20. 24. 28. 32. Apparently just basic numbers is confusing me today. Okay, to anyone who's played this game and actually knows it and is good at it, is that normal looking? Like, is that a reasonable thing that I've built here? Yorg.io in chat says, hey, the developer here. Now, with a name like Yorg.io, you could potentially be so, because that is the other game made by the people that made shapezio. I tried playing it yesterday on my laptop when I was out, and I didn't actually get very far in understanding it. May I gift a few keys? Yeah. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. You're more than welcome to. Do you have a Discord for this game? Are you listening to like feedback and suggestions? Because I would love to give some thoughts, some thought-through thoughts, not just whatever comes to the top of my head. Yeah, all on the Discord. All right, cool. I might be joining. Well, I will. Just can't do it immediately after the stream. Let's make a note. Shapes.io Discord. I will be joining and checking that out. I like Discord for communicating. Right. Okay. So the next bit is like. Now we've got to build a belt of 4 again. So we actually know where this belt is going to go. It's going to go up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we could do is actually take every 8 belts and mix just 8 belts together to then go over here. Which might be kind of easy if I use the alternative here. I guess every single one of these is going to want one. But maybe we run into a problem if we do that. That's ugly. Okay. Hey, there are some codes in chat for all y'all if you want to try them out on Steam. I assume those are Steam codes. They look like Steam codes. Grab them. Other people are grabbing them as well, remember? So if you you don't get it, unfortunately someone's beating you to it. But hey, it's free copies of this game right here. Thank you for doing that, dude. Appreciate it. Peeps have been enjoying this. Excuse me. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Because this one right here... No, it's not actually a problem. I had another solution in mind anyway. I actually think the other solution I have in mind will look really cool. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to... Yeah, sometimes it's fun to make stuff look cool in this game, right? We're going to go like that, because that's 8. And then over here. Ah! I need an undo button. Admittedly, this does make it a little slower for me to do this every time. Yeah, while we have the developer here, let me share some thoughts on this game. I love how, if we take Factorio as a sort of reference point, I love how the sort of survival resource management aspect has been pulled out of it, and it just focuses on building systems, right? You don't worry about how much the belts cost. You just get straight to the point, which is kind of cool. And as some people have pointed out in chat, and I kind of felt like playing it and playing it still, like the objectives are your main motivator for playing. Having a goal is always important. And in this game, it keeps you working on the next thing. So when you run out of goals, as someone said in chat a while ago, it feels like that's the point where you'll be like, all right, I'm done with this now. Ugh! It's ugly. Oh, there we go. Cool. All right, so wait a minute. We're supposed to have 8 belts of this, right? Have I just done my math horribly wrong? I think I've done it all horribly wrong. We need to build this in groups of 4, not 8. Ah! Oh, it's painful. And sometimes the easiest thing is just to start again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go back here. Now, apparently I can just delete with the delete button. Ah, okay, that's cool. Apparently we've just hit 1,000 viewers. Awesome. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If you were at yesterday's stream, I was encouraging peeps to come by, so thank you for coming by. We are building some crazy kind of like mega structure of Doom. This is not the simple stuff to understand. You have to see the game for a while to know what we're doing, essentially. Cool. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, good thing I remembered that now and not later. Ah! Okay, I think I'm zoomed out enough to actually be using this tool. Okay, now let's put in the upwards ones. Yeah, another bit of feedback. Again, I said like if I were to give feedback, I'd think it through. Kind of thought this out already. When you level 14. Sweet. We're gonna go check that out in a second. When you build belts in rows, it's a bit tedious to hold down shift and like drag them out one by one. It'd be cool if there were some tools. That's weird. For like mass building belts together, that would be nice. Because essentially, like, it's a common thing in game design lately to kind of like reduce tedium. I remember playing games in the 90s as a kid, and like they used to be really hard. Games used to be like the gameplay loop was smaller, and you used to really focus on doing stuff like over and over again to succeed. And it feels like over time there's been this like shift into more like streamlined gameplay where you get to the point. So the point of this game isn't constantly clicking and dragging, but it's getting that thing you see in your head down on screen. So having like a tool perhaps to drag multiple belts together like I'm doing now would just be awesome. Okay, there we go. So pretty crazy. We now have our belts. See again, like just want to drag all of those over together really. The wires update. I heard about that. I'm catching a little bit of conversation in chat here. There is a copy paste. Yes, that's true. I instinctively want to avoid it because, you know, I don't have a... Well, I got 56,000 of these, right? But it could be easy to chew through all of my blueprints. Obviously, I can make better blueprint production than I currently have. That looks really nice, by the way. I love it when it looks like a motherboard. That's super cool. So obviously I could chew through some blueprints doing it, and I probably will. I'll get to a stage where I'll do that, and then maybe I'll stop moaning about it. Right, next challenge is to build the same thing again, but flipped. Which makes me wonder, can we, in fact, just go... The whole thing... Oh, does this have a flip tool or not? I can't remember. Let's copy it. Shift to place multiple, R to rotate. There's not a flip. I think we learned that before. See, that cost me 8,000, which is quite a lot of my 56k, you see. Anyway, let's look at extraction here. Because we kind of want to be able to fit in 4 of these. Let's go, I think here. 1, 2, 3, 4, downwards. So, how many did we want chained? 5? Possibly actually. I'm gonna change this up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoopsie. Actually, I think that's why that person in chat was saying that I should use that setting, because I do that too often. Oh, here we go. Is it me or I'm not seeing it? Multi-place. Holding shift permanently. Yeah, I think that's what I need. Okay, so what we got? 5 in a row. So next one we'll go to here. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, am I placing the wrong type? I am now placing the wrong type. Well done me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 1 there. So that's 5. 5 again. And then here. 5. So we got all of those with 5. That's great. Question is, how much space between this one and that one? Probably not a crazy amount needed, really. Let's put 4 between. So this one would go... It's so ugly. Oh, goodness me. Come on. Hey, do you know what? That... Okay, now I'm thinking too much about... Oh, the developer is watching, but like... When you try and drag a straight line, you could perhaps detect that that's what the player... I've just noticed this is 3 shapes stacked together. That looks awesome. You could detect what the player is trying to do and sort of like lock the mouse into just moving rigidly in one direction. That'll probably end up being annoying though. Anyway, so now we're flipping what we see up the top here, and I kind of want it to be mirrored. This being said, we might not have enough room, but we'll start with that as a bit of an indicator, and then that one is going to have, right, gap of 4 again, right, and the first one is there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? Oh no, I've done it wrong. Yeah, okay, so that's where the first set of these extractors now need to go to. It's going to be perfectly in line. So we're going to go 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Ah! One too many. Okay, then I've got to mirror that, which is off screen. And then get those belts in. Crazy! Just crazy what we're doing here today. People in chat are saying Alt! Does he know about Alt already? What's Alt? There's Control, Alt and Shift to modify the placement. Okay, so... Hang on. Are you on about... Let's do a little... Right, copy. Alt. Control. No? Use Alt. Okay, let's try a belt. Hold down Alt. Oh, that flips the direction? Oh, weird. Okay. Alt will flip the direction of placement. Control will... Ah. Keep it in the same, like in a grid. Oh, that makes putting belts down pretty good. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's good. For now, though, we got to flip this, and I do struggle with flipping things mentally a little bit, but we'll take it one step at a time and try and get the basis of the pattern in. So that looks to be clearly flipped at the moment. And then we have our tier 2 would come from there to here, to right there. Okay, now if I were to copy that, I don't know if this is really suitable to copy and paste just yet. I think it kind of is, actually. Yeah, now let's get it built up a bit more. Where are we missing things? There you go. Now, I think I can copy that again. Yes, and it misses a belt, but that's fine. Because now we've got some colour production on a Mahusive scale. The scale, my friends, it is Mahusive. Woof! Look at that. Dang. Yeah, that's it. It's doing it. Okay. So then we're just doing what we did up here again. Little groups of 4 with the different type of this. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that's the wrong way around. Is that how we did it? Yeah, that's pretty much how we did it. We're making yellow. Okay, so I will copy that. Did it wrong. There we go. Beautiful setup. You see, in the next stream, what we're going to do is realise that we need belts of 16. Just be building this all again. I love, though, that this is different from how we did it before. That's what's really good. Hey, there are more keys being posted in chat. Check it out. Thank you again, dude. And peeps can play this for free in the browser, right? But it limits you to a certain amount of levels, if I remember correctly. If you go to shapes.io, and then it's on Steam, which is how I'm playing it. I got it in a bundle with a couple of other games. Oh, hey, let's rotate. Okay, so up here we bring it all the way across, then we turn, and that looks nice and neat, doesn't it? And we're actually only turning it to over there. Sweet. Okay, now what was it I want to hold? Control? Yeah, Control I want to hold. That is kind of easy, kind of messy as well. Beautiful. That control tool is pretty helpful. I'll give you that. Ah! It's ugly. Oh, it's better. Okay, one more belt to go. And there we are, right. So now we have all of those colours put together. And we built that today. Look at that. That looks so cool. Oh man, it really looks like a motherboard. I just love that. Molly the Spy says I should have never eaten that frog. Jeez, I've never eaten a frog myself. And my cup of tea's cold. What's going on? Why can these games never come to PS4? Says Devo. Ah, well, there's the thing. The computer platform, you know, Windows, is far more open for homebrew programming. So it's far more accessible for smaller teams or individuals to create and distribute games that, you know, can be more niche and quirky like this. PS4 and console gaming is typically a market for more big budget stuff. So, which, you know, comes to PC as well, which is why I like PC gaming so much. And if you've got Steam and a Steam controller and use their big picture mode, you know, you can really kind of emulate the console experience on computers today. I really do feel like consoles are... they definitely have their pluses, but it feels like, you know, the PC could have kind of like... I don't know, maybe done something, made some moves to take more of their market, because PCs can really do what the consoles do. The problem with PCs in the past is the stability and compatibility wasn't quite there yet, but these days it's totally there. Anyway, so we need to mix green and blue. And we could potentially copy one of these again. And we have green and blue more readily available up above. Now we can also rotate this and feed it in from a different angle. It's really got me thinking. Where do we want to put this? I think the output is going to be... because these are our two inputs, right? And then the output. So we kind of want it with green and blue, sort of like we could put it here and then it goes across. But I'm also thinking I kind of want to vainly put it in a way where it complements all of what we got going on here. So if I rotated it entirely the other way around, green and blue could be coming from over these areas quite easily. Let's make a giant blueprint, and I'll read the noise in my ear in just a second. While I'm focused on the task at hand, just want to we won't actually copy the majority of that, right? Okay, so we copy. We have the ability to rotate, if not flip, and our inputs are the top parts, and our output, the entire output section, is probably going to be rebuilt, right? I'm thinking this shows us the height. Yeah, okay, so now what we're going to do is try and place it so it looks like it's in line with everything going on down below, which I think is that right there. Or maybe over by one? It's over by one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, let's start again. Let's just start again. Okay, so that is perfectly in line. Let's zoom in a bit more. Okay, perfectly in line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm having a worse time now that I've zoomed in. That's where it goes. Okay, all the belts are gonna... Oh, I made a big mistake. This is only a gap of 4, not 8. What a waste! What a waste! I need an undo button. Sorry. I'm very sorry, but I've just wasted a lot. Let's try again. Okay, so we're going to go over here and line it up, right? Go 1, 2, 3, 4. That is how it's going to look. Yeah, okay, so inputs are over here. We need green and blue. Green will come from up top, blue from over there. Right, let's read that noise in the ear. 5. Nope, did it wrong. Okay, we've got Perushnikov. I feel like I've actually said that name correctly. Here a donation saying, second time I see you play this, X. Now I gotta get it. It's cheap. It's cheaper than this donation. Circuit design hobbyist. Oh yeah, if you're into circuit design, this is your game. Dude, thank you so much for the donation. That's right, the game is super cheap. It's like a couple of quids. I got it in a bundle with some other games for a bit more. Ooh, look at how close it is here. Look at how close that is. It's kind of nice. Ah! Okay, I need to use that control feature, right? Thank you again for the donation, dude. Appreciate it. As a circuit board hobbyist, circuit design hobbyist, you'll probably come up with some really cool layouts, I imagine. I like the idea of things being like space efficient and all of that, but we deliberately leave some space here and there, the way we've done these. Right, now, blue's going to come from over here. Right, now if I hold down Alt, I think I lock the direction. If I hold down Alt and Control, aha, that is kind of very helpful. So all of that's now built. All right, that was pretty quick, and then we can put our extractors down here. We're gonna start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we need 4 of them in total. Sweet. Bring them up like so. There. It's ugly. No. Why is placing so difficult? Okay, there we go. Right, yeah, look at that. The output all goes the wrong direction. Well, what we want to do here is let's use this tool and delete our output. And I think we might be able to do something clever here. Can I borrow this? Let's just, rather than think it, let's just see it happen. Okay, so if we copy that, can I borrow that and use it up here? I think I can. I think that's what we're looking at. Yes. Right. Yes, we absolutely can. Okay, now I want to hold down Control. Look at that. It's a thing of beauty, my friends. It's a thing of beauty. Nice! Right, so now we got... Oh, cancel. Now we got our massive amounts of colour. We need to make one more colour. And here's where we got to do some math again. It's like you're making art, says Duclo. It is art. It is art. Art of efficiency. Ethan L77, thank you for your Prime subscription. We got Geeson1 for 7 months saying, what do you call a fast escalator? And Escasuna. I like it. I'm a fan of the dad jokes. It's kind of a dad joke, isn't it? Sergio Discord says, that's satisfying. Oh, yes, it is. Very satisfying. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Maybe we'll try and get this again down the bottom here for our final setup. But we're going to have to do some calculation here now because the next challenge is a bit different. We are going to need to make 8 belts of white. So from that, we will need both... So basically, I think what we're going to do is have like 4 green, 2 red, 2 blue. But it could be 4 of any colour and 2 of the other primaries. I think we should just focus on making a new system for this now, right? We've got all our primaries up here. Maybe we can use this space to complement what we've already got and put our... We're going to aim for that, right? We're going to aim for our next set of these to be over here. 3, 4. Okay, that's where we're aiming for. We're going to put white there is the idea. I will say though, given the size of this array, it might be a bit of a squeeze. But hey, we've got a lot to think through. You need 1 mixed and 1 base colour, not 2 mixed, says Surprise T. Oh! Thank you, that is an important correction. Well, so now we're going to need, like this, 4 of that, but 2 of each. Now, we're producing 8 belts here. So, I think that tells us that we need half the size of the array to make the initial colour. Right, so we're actually gonna like feed an array into another array. I really do feel like trying to squeeze it into this space here could be a bit of a mistake. We want to look at this a different way. I think we need to build it downwards into this space, right? And we might need to build it in reverse a little bit. So we need 8 belts of white. Therefore, we know that we're going to need this setup again. I think what I will do is copy this to begin with, because we definitely need this if we're producing 8 lots. So we'll build it out in reverse, something like that. Let's copy and then come over here. Let's rotate. Right, so now we can see that our inputs are at the wrong end. We need this one copied, actually. Is this one right here? Okay, all the way over to the output. Everything copied. A little bit of rotation going on. And our inputs are all the way up there at the top. So essentially we could put it there, but we'll probably use a bit more space here. Put it about there. Right. That, I believe, is accurate. That is accurately what we want. There's no colours in it, which looks really strange. Okay, let's just whack all of this together quickly. And then going downwards. Why is it not like that? Oh, it does now. There we go. There we go. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. We got a noise in the ear. It's Lurker here with a donation saying, beep boop, booping snoots. Also, have you seen Among Us yet? You should play it. Mostly because of Yo would be terrible at imposter, and I bet I could wreck all yours. Thank you for the donation, dude. I appreciate it. I have briefly seen Ninja playing it, and there was not a lot of talking or explanation, and it didn't look interesting from what I saw. I might check it out a bit more. I mean, yeah, why not? Let me write it down on my list. I'll check it out because people are playing it. I checked out Fall Guys, which has been popular. Kind of like a simple casual game. It was interesting, but you look at the sort of games I get pulled into, right? Like, I need something that's a bit more creative and involved. But, you know, Fall Guys is fun, but nothing that's really massively interesting to me, I guess. Just a bit of casual fun, isn't it? Okay, if we look at what's above here, we've got green and blue. So now that we've built that... Oh, cancel. What we need to do is feed into it one colour and then one mixed colour. Now, I think what I'm going to do... I'm going to take this array again. Okay. And we're going to rotate it. And here's where the design might start to look a little less pretty. We're going to take half of it, which is probably about that much. But I'll take a bit more, and then we'll suss that out later. Okay, so we're going to copy that. Going to rotate it. And now our outputs can be aligned with the input of this machine, right? And that's where the other two colours need to come from. And here's where I feel like I've... Ah, yes. This thing's going to be smaller in a couple of ways. Okay, now what colours are available? Blue and red, so we're probably going to take this green. Okay, let's start to, you know, get this thing going here. We want 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 again. 5 again. 5 again. Gonna bring these belts over. Lurker, thank you again for your donation, dude. Appreciate it. We got Devicrates gifting a sub to Sergi of Discord. Thank you for gifting the sub, dude. Appreciate your support in our community. And of course, hope you're enjoying the stream today. There we go. We have Slytro here for 15 months. Incredible, dude. Thank you so much for 15 months of support. And Johnny Fun is here with a Prime subscription. Well, thank you ever so much, Johnny. Appreciate it. Hope you're having fun checking out the stream. Bam! Look at that. This is a new thing to get headaches, says Waiterim. You know, that's that I understand what you're saying. Like, games like this can give you a headache. I think, like, it's really important when you're at that moment of frustration with a challenge in a game to try and step back from the feeling a little bit and just take some of the pressure off, because there were moments playing this that I felt that kind of creeping sort of like, oh god, it's overwhelming. But I decided to like slow down a little bit and just take it one step at a time. And we've ended up building what you see, because I kind of instinctively resisted that, oh, it's too difficult sort of thinking. And we ended up actually being able to produce stuff like this, which is super cool. But I know exactly what you're talking about. I encounter it often with games. Okay, right, so here's the weird thing. This needs to be half the size, which it is, with exception to these three here. So let's have a look. Count. 4, 8, yeah, 16. That also means that we need half the amount of belts. Okay, so I'm very... Do you know, it's actually a little easier just to do that for the time being. Okay, and then that belt would go like that. It would literally make that sound. Okay, there we go. Ah, no. Okay, so that is now the same thing but smaller. And I think what we should do is the same thing over here. So, again, if I just use the delete tool, it makes life easier. And I could leave this space here, but I like the idea of moving it in because it's a smaller array. Also, these three are not needed. And I'm actually keeping it as is for a deliberate reason, which is so that I can see where the beginning is. And the beginning is there. That's where it starts. And up here it starts there. Cool. Let's move that down by 2 blocks. So we will cut and then... Now I'm not sure where it was before, but 1, 2. Let's just put that in between. Excellent, excellent. Right. So we have got green. Now we need to get red and blue. And we'll take them from down here. They'll go up and in, which will look cool. How many belts do we need? 2 on each? Am I doing it right, peeps? Am I doing it right? Are we designing microchips, says Nate? We might as well be. We might as well be. 5. There we go. Gap of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Carl says, is this like Factorio? If you've played Factorio, it will be very familiar. There are some concepts at play here that are like Factorio. This is less survival and resource management and more straight engineering, right? Like, this game's kind of sucks out the whole aliens survival aspect of it and focuses on the pure sort of like layout engineering. Like everything that I'm placing right now doesn't even cost anything to place, which is kind of cool. It's like a totally streamlined look into that aspect of Factorio. Right, now, oh god, this is like a moment of truth, isn't it? It's going for it. It's happening. Colours are being mixed. I'm not sure if I've got my ratios correct here, though, because those belts are not coming out full, right? Have I messed something up here? Or is that just the nature of it, even though we've got 8 belts? I thought we mathed it so that they would come out at the same speed, but maybe not. I think you're doing it wrong, says Tart New Bamboo. Well, looking at the output speed here, I think you might be right. Well, where did I go wrong, though? Because this is the same. Right, it's 4 and 4. But then I halved this here. Was that my mistake? Was halving it here a mistake? But it outputs half the amount, that's the thing. So, in a way, you kind of know. Maybe the mixers were supposed to be double the amount all along. Maybe we got that wrong. But someone pointed out that it's like 2 into 1, so we halved the amount that we were having in total. Anyway, it's live and learn. We're not going to worry about it too much because we now have a absolutely massive series of belts. And I'm going to start by copying that. Look at this. The amount it costs doesn't change if you're pasting it over the top of other stuff. So that is kind of an important little observation. Like, you can be wasteful with these things. But there you go. We are producing extraordinary amounts of that now. A mixer gives one colour for 2 colours inputted. So maybe it was the other way. Maybe it was supposed to be double, not half, right? Oh my goodness me. Can you imagine that? Because that would mean that all of this is incorrect and it needs to be like 4 times as big. Oh, is that real? Was the math done the wrong way around? I mean, I just took someone's word for it in chat. They were like, no, it's 2 into 1, so you halve it. Baby Giraffe King's here for 6 months. Thank you so much for your support. Anyone in chat want to let me know what they think? 2 into 1 means 4. I don't know, really. Yeah, I guess so. Your input speed is double your output. So if we're putting 4 lots into... Bossman says you spooned. Or derped. Oh my word. So we actually needed to be putting in 8 of each colour in? For real? Leave it be, it's fine, says Papasaurus. It's kind of disappointing that I thought we were on top of this. Like, this was the whole point of starting again, was to like make sure we do it properly, and apparently we got it wrong. You have 4 mixers for each row, though. I mean, regardless of mixers, it's pretty simple, right? 2 makes 1, therefore you need 16 belts to make out 8 belts, essentially. Isn't the entire system facing the wrong way, says Martian? No, it's not facing towards our hub, so we won't run into space issues. Everything over here is open and free at the moment. For 8 constant outputs, you need 8 constant inputs of each colour, says Bingo Small. Well, let's assess that, right? Because 2 get consumed to create 1. So, therefore, 16 makes 8, right? Test it with the trash, says Thanos. Yeah, I guess we could. And I think you're just going to see that the yellow belts are not full, right, eventually? Yeah, there you go. They're not full. Therefore, this is wrong. Basically, unfortunately, that's the nature of it. Now, another observation is that these are moving pretty fast. Could I expand? I could certainly... I've certainly got room, actually, to expand these 2, potentially, right? And then I could shift these belts into groups of 8. So let's say we just quickly now take that, copy it, and put it here. And then just do that, right? Is that going to produce a full belt? Yep. It produces a full belt. That is an example of what I'm talking about. This is supposed to be double the size. Now, if it needs more belts fed into it, I'm not sure, but that's kind of disappointing. Let's see if we can at least, for now, where are we at? We want one of those, yeah. Let's see what happens when we like increase all of this. And can I copy from out here? I can. So if I come and put that over here, is that in the right spot? I think it's there. That's the right spot. How far back does it go? I mean, we've got room to put one here as well. Might struggle a little bit to expand that one. Let's go look at it though. So let's put in all of these. Now, the trick here is just to look at the speed. See, the extraction speed there is great, and then we see it dissipate, and then this is entirely pointless over here. For which reason, I will disconnect it all. Okay, yeah, so that was a little experiment in learning that that's entirely pointless. You do need more bandwidth coming in. It's not a case of just having more mixers. Wow, we used up a lot of blueprints just to do that little experiment. Okay, so that's the end of our setup. It's a bit of a shame really, isn't it? But it's a bit too late now. So what we should have done is fed it 8 belts instead of 4. Bit too late for all of that. It'll have to be what it's going to be. Okay, now before we go any further, what we do actually want is a series of balancers. So... well, actually, do we? Because this is kind of like even distribution at the moment. No, I don't think we need those. Okay, so... question is, what are we going to do next? I think we got to make this one, right? It doesn't make sense to make anything else. And we'll try and do this with localized shape production on site. So we're going to need circles... circles and spikes. And the further out you come, the weirder the shapes get, which is kind of annoying. Because it makes it harder to just pick up exactly what you need. Which is probably the point. Circle over here, circle over there. So there are circles. Are they in line with the belt? They're actually below the belt, which is good. That's another way we need to look at it. So, circle there. Any spikes around here? Probably not going to find pure spikes, are we? Unless we head further back in. Zuff Cud says look closer to the hub. Yeah, it seems to be the way to do it, right? Oh, cancel. Let's actually click on the hub. And then come out this way. So there's, you know, there's some spikes. And then that's kind of it. Then all the shapes get wacky. It's also, like, even at maximum zoom out, it's kind of difficult to see how far away you are. So it looks like that's going to be our extraction point. Now, look at how many there are, though. That's not enough for, like, enough belts, really. So where are there more of them? Oh, my word. Okay, over here. There's a little bit more there, isn't there? There's also circles nearby. Cut then merge if you can't find the full shape, says Femios. That is a possibility. That is a possibility. I think that's more challenging as well. So let's have a little look. Let's go back to our new bus. Zoom out. Let's hope we can find like half the shape in the nearby area, rather than giving ourselves like the worst possible. So that there, we could... let's actually just go straight into this and goof around with it, right? Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring the thing up a little bit. So we can have essentially an array here of things coming out, but then how much space we have means the array will need to be shimmied out a little bit. So we'll just start with 1 essentially, right? We want to get rid of 1/2 of this and then flip the 2 together. So it's going to go, you know, most likely firstly into that. We know which side is going to be trashed. It will be that side that gets trashed. This side gets to continue onwards. Then it needs to be split, rotated, and pasted. And we're going to try and, you know, make this nice and sort of streamlined, compact approach to it. Okay. It's going to have 2 rotations in order for it to then become the other half. Now we need the... is it the stacker? Would the stacker do the job? cutter, rotate. I think it would, but it would just sort of put them on the same level, right? Because there's not a joiner. So if we do that, it then knows, yeah, okay, so now we've got that shape. Now, if we look at the throughput, as I like to say, we can see that that is not good enough. I wonder if there's any potential for compacting here. At least I can see that, you know, could go there. But I think that's kind of it. Unless I want to use more width, I could shimmy things down a little bit. You could rotate both halves in opposite directions to compact. Bingo small, you're absolutely right. That's really clever. Okay, so another little compactification. Right there. Sweet, very cool. Right, now what we've got to do is have the input speed match the output speed. So if we go and copy this, what am I doing? That, copy, put it there, split this. So how many of these do I want to have to feed belts? You know, we could end up needing a heck of a lot of this. By the way, I just got an upgrade. Mixing and painting. Now, if we come back over here, that might affect the speed of this. Actually, I'm not even going to bother doing a test. Like, whatever. If it increases it, okay. Oops. Just accidentally clicked. Mayhem is here for 2 months. Thank you so much, Mayhem. Appreciate it. Villic says, what does new bus mean? What does bus mean? Bus is like a term for having like loads of lanes. Like let's go to the old bus, right? Like having a load of lanes of traffic and then stuff coming off of them to like create and then going back on again. Right, so let's head over here. Oh, this is why we need to mark everything we're doing. So I guess if I copy that, it's the shape of the white bit that I want, right? So if I zoom out, click here, do that. I think I just want W, 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 W. No, there's something else to that, isn't there? There's something else to it. Right, and I can get rid of it. Let's just call it star. Although, I think if I can select that shape elsewhere, I might be able to then... Like, does it exist... See, it exists here, but as cyan. There must be a code... Ah, there it is. Okay, let's find out what the code is then. Alright, so... Put in a new one. It is U. SU, SU. There we go. Now we got that on there. Cool. Right, let's do this again. We're going to copy all of that. I'm going to move this along a bit though, because it's going to get big. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4. I've just realised something. By doing that, oh my goodness me, I would have looked at using this feeding into it, but I've just realised we can we? No, wait, this is for outputs. It'd be cool if there were one like this for input, right? Because now we can create an array that does that. That's the output though. So what about the input? It just doesn't work that way. I guess though, you could still use the other one in that kind of fashion, right? Like, we've actually done this a bunch of times before. I just wasn't looking at this whole setup that way. So now what we can do is... Like that. That's super duper compact, and it kind of looks like it doesn't really get further than that. In fact, the last couple might kind of be redundant. Now, thing is, how's upgrading going to affect this? Considering belts and cutting and rotating are on the same speed, I would say that we probably don't need the last two. What's the bottleneck here? It's probably the cutter. Let's check out the cutting speed is 3 and the stacking speed. Oh, the stacker is 2. But it doesn't look like this is backing up here. That's interesting. Oh, I guess it gets 2 items together. Maybe, I don't know. The numbers don't seem to add up there, right? Like 3 items is faster than 2. So shouldn't we see stuff backing up here? Pony Butts in chat. Nice to see you, Pony. Calling us nerds again. We're playing the nerdiest game ever. Horse Dread is here with Amazon Prime. Thank you so much, Horse Dread. Appreciate it. You need to double the input. Double the input? What are we on about? We've got clearly. No. Oh, I see what you're saying. No. We're not gonna double the input. We're testing one stream, right? I mean, I could just do it visually like I'm doing now and just go, that works. I think we don't need this, right? Now, it almost looks like maybe we could do less. We'll try less again, right? Maybe less than that. Now that looks very steady, doesn't it? And will we start to see this back up? If we don't, I think we're good. It's backing up really slowly. Just ever so slowly. So I think the numbers mean we just want one more, essentially, right? To keep it completely fluid. Okay, so we're going to put that there. This belt goes here. And that is a module. Of which we need many. Because we want to produce... Actually, if we look at the output... The output is about half of what we want. So we actually want 2 of these to make one of those. How many are we going to need to make this, right? Like, we've got 8 belts of white to work with. I'm starting to feel like chasing efficiency in this game when you can just idle it. Like, we can just idle the production of these, but... And we're chasing efficiency. And now we're trying to balance this. We are going to need a lot because we need 2 stars. So let's try and aim for at least 4 belts of this stuff, okay? In which case, we are going to need to mirror the design we got here. Okay. Which means that. Going to mirror the whole thing. And mirroring is just not my cup of tea. Okay, so the stacker, when we rotate it, it's going to be offset by 1. So its output is, yeah, look at this. Everything's going to be off by 1 over on this side, which is fine. Rotators need to feed in. Every other, then flip it. Okay, then we put the joiner thing. That is good so far. Now we need our belts. Now that being said, which one is trash, right? Based on how it's fed in, we're not sure which one is actually trash yet. Okay. It's offset by 1. Oh yeah, it's going to offset again because this thing also has the same dealio, right? Let's go put this up here. Yeah, we know that's going to produce the wrong thing. Which side of it that needs to get trashed is the question. It's this side over here. Okay. That should now be producing it. There you go. Okay, so that's our array. I'm kind of thinking we probably want the input to go from the other direction. Like, we kind of actually want it the entirely other way around. So let's go make a modification here. Let's rip all of it out. Ah! Ripped out too much. Painful. This is some good design right here, peeps. This is some good design. Good design work. Creative Dimension says, what does this do? Assume I just joined. It creates a shape where we do not have one available. With this big processing unit right here. Okay, so in it goes, in all those spots. And that is all that we need for now. Right, so from here, we know that that is probably going to produce not quite a full belt, but that's fine. Let's go and copy this thing. Okay. Rotate it a bunch of times, and then between here and up there, we need a lot of these. And I think the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to put them off to the side, actually. So, how many do we want? 8? So, like, 1, 2, 3. I need to zoom in a bit more. Okay, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. Leave a little bit of extra space as well, right? And then I'm going to go there. Then we're going to have a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that going to be enough? It's going to look cool. It's going to look cool at least. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we built 5 so far. We want another 3. Gap of 4 again. Gap of 4. Gap of 4. That is behoosive. Okay, so now we're going to assume that our input comes in... Oh, wait a minute. No, I need half the amount. Or double the amount of input. Oh, jeez. So, we can go 1, 2. Okay, let's just try and make this work. Let's just try and make this work. So the first one has the luxury of its inputs being right here. No, that's not what we want to do. That is what we want to do. Okay, let's get our extractors in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then the inputs get joined together, and they're going to go out on this side, and they're going to form 1, 2, 3, 4. They're going to go up there. Okay, and guess what? This is going to meet up with the next one. In fact, kind of makes more sense for the last one to go there. So this one will join with that one. And then they'll be side by side going upwards. So, outputs on that side, inputs on this side, right? So with that one done, we need our next 2. So again, got the groups of 5. These are going to come up here. And we need to blueprint some of this stuff to make it a little easier to repeat, I think. We've got that gap of 1. Goes in there. So it's just that bit, I think, that I want to copy. And attach that to each of these. And that's it, right. Yeah, so that in theory is producing us 2 full belts at the moment, you see? Keller Mendes says it looks cool, but is it worth it? Well, you can play the first bit for free and see if it's for you or not. I certainly like it. You're missing belts in the middle. Oh yeah, well spotted. Great, that's been copied all the way across. Right, there we go. Okay, next ones, I guess. We'll do the next 4 all together. Also, that thing over there can get trashed, but we'll do that a little later. So, not bad, right? It's just the outputs need to come across. So, yeah, we can make 8 belts of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So what I'm going to do back here is actually delete this. We need to start from the first one. It's all the way up here. And I'm going to have a gap of 2, just because space management, I guess. And that's what we've got to do over and over again. Ah, wrong bit. Can I do that from here? I can't. Oh, as the bigger this game gets, it starts to get a little more tricky to manage it all. There we go. Bastion Archer says, "Whoa, this is cool." I know, right? It's crazy. Okay, there we go. That one goes there. Oh, that's the wrong one. There we go. Okay, and up you go to that spot. Oh, look. What happened there, eh? And now the very last one. I think it's the very last one. That's 6. Wait, is there really more down there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Where have I done a funny? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god, I missed one. How? How did I do such a silly thing? So that means... Oh, I don't know what that means. There you go. Anyway, 8. Second from the top. Peeps in chat. Spotted it before I did. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, so now we get to build stupid amounts of belts again. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so these two go like that. These two go like that. Beautiful. And they appear to produce pretty much a full belt, just a little bit slower, so I'm happy with that. We are producing an extraordinary amount of materials here. How many more do we need to send up? We need to send up 2 more belts. That means our extractors are now going to flip around. Let's get rid of all of this. Bam. By the way, peeps, if you are enjoying the stream, be sure to hit that follow button if you ain't done so already. I heard that good things happen when you hit the follow button. Oh, you're the wrong way around. That's a bad thing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again, and again. There we go. Like that. There we go. Autosave. Sweet. Yeah, someone again, is this a Factorio ripoff? Why do we always use the term ripoff? It's, ooh, did it in one go. It's obviously inspired by Factorio, and Factorio was inspired by things you'll find in this game, you know? Circuit boards, resource management, puzzling. You know, these are all shared aspects of gaming that make for great games. Just calling things a copy and a rip-off, just, I don't know, not really fair. Like, the idea is, you know, we create and we share and we get all these cool experiences because of it. It's a Redstone rip-off, says Enemy Sean. Well, you know, what's a Redstone rip-off? Redstone ripping off logic and circuits? Oh, ripping off electronics. Okay, so our bus goes in this direction, right? I think actually what I want to do is a bit more like on-site production. Then again, it's probably going to throw, let's upgrade our belt, distributors and tunnels. Now everything will look smaller. Or sorry, slower. Or inefficient, or something. I don't know, you know what I mean. Some of you watching know what I mean. Sorry, what I was going to say is, should we put this into the bus, which I think we should, or should we just do on site? If we don't put it into the bus, we're going to have to do all of that again. So we'll put it into the bus. It was a question for which I already had an answer, to be fair. Okay, so coming over here. Going to bring this up to this area. So the gap we had was 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was actually 6, really? 1, 2, 3. Oh no! It's all wrong! This all needs to be shifted up by 2 blocks. Which, I was about to delete the whole thing. That makes no sense. Like, grab that. Cut it and put it here. I think. And it ain't too much work to fix it all, is it? There you go. Right, so then, all of that goes away. This becomes the bottom belt of yellow. Then we go up to here somewhere. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. That becomes... am I doing that right? Yeah, that becomes that one. And here's the bit where it's like, do I use blueprints? Because, man, we got like a lot of copy and pasting to do here. Ugh, I think I might resort to using blueprints, which is going to be costly. So that costs me 2,000 every time I want to extend it. Right, we're going to run out so quick doing it that way. I'm not going to bother. So yeah, this is the part of the game where I feel like something needs to be thought about a little bit. Like, you got to do this now over and over again. Unless I should already be producing blueprints faster, right? But who knows? Are the mines infinite? What are the mines? Me not know what the mines are. Oh, at least that's kind of quickish. What's the aim of the game, says Tom Dragon? Well, the aim of any game should be to have fun. In this one, if you have fun solving problems, it throws them at you. You got to make these shapes, and that's challenging. Very challenging in our case. I also realised we've got no circle. We've got a long way to go just to produce this one shape, right? So, like... Swiss Core says, I'm assuming the mines would be the veins you gather from your unrefined shapes from. Yeah, I guess you could call them mines, yeah. Look at this. We got potential circles over... Oh, cancel. Over here. We've got to build the same whole system again. Funny enough. Might it be that... Hang on, what is the nature of this shape here again? So, like, if we find circles on the left, could it be that we just copy that entire factory? Pray for circles on the left. There's circles on the left. It's going to cost me a lot of blueprints, peeps, but can I be cheeky and take all of that? Oh, it makes the game lag. Just for a moment. I can do that. So now I need circles on the left somewhere, which I thought I found down here. There you go, circles on the left. So if I paste that there, give us a bit of room. Well, I just spent all of that. Let's hope that it works. Maybe should have tested it first. Okay, right. Maybe should have tested that first. Let's go. Please produce circles. Yes! Yes! Thank you. Thank you, computer game, for making an adequate challenge that I can rise to. Right, so we're going to have 8 belts of this stuff coming in as well now. To there. To here. Ponybot says Americans spell words with 1 letter less because we are cheap. Well, colour is one letter less. What other American English differences are there? You now got me thinking if it's always just one letter is always the difference. I hope I gave myself enough room here. In fact, I can remove belts, so yeah, I've got plenty of room. Nice! Right, we'll just keep building these belts, and it will show us exactly what we need. Oh man, loving this guitar jam right here. That needs one there, and then those are the same. Right, now, how many more belts do we need to fill up? Another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 there maybe. Or just, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it that way. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so drag these around. It's a fair bit of work to set this stuff up, right? But we're going to be able to produce a crazy amount of these. That's actually done wrong. I'm making messes. No. There it is. Finally, right. We now have that as well, and we got to bring it through here. So this is where we need our new types of these. Okay. So first of all, get the rotation correct. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. It's going to be here. Right, I think that's correct. 2, 3, 4. Wait. That's tier 2. It doesn't go. It only goes 8 tiles. How do I get 8 belts across 8 belts then? This is going to make some weird, complex pattern. Or I could split them a little bit, right? By the way, noises in the ear. Co-walker, thank you ever so much for subscribing. And GamerX85, thank you for 39 months of support. That's incredible right there. Braid the belts. That's what I was thinking. Some sort of braided belt thing. But I kind of want to go something a little bit easier. Actually, maybe if we just braid them in 4s. So let's take out that. Well, let's 4 there, right? And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to come out here. Is this going to even work? I think I might need to make a bit of, like, additional space anyway. Now those need that. Oh man, is this going to work? Okay, then we need another 4 here. I think this is going to work. This will work, my friends. And this will become a blueprint. We need a blueprint book in this game. It'd be cool to just rip it open and get exactly what you needed, you know? There you go. Oh my god! We built a swastika! Oh dear lord. Oh dear lord. I think we all know that's not good. Okay. But it's a shape that has appeared to serve a purpose. Not that purpose, jeez. To get the items across the belts. Ah, that's ugly. I don't want that in here. Can I make it look less swastika-y? Ugh, whatever. Let's just pretend it doesn't exist here. Okay, right. And doesn't that now mean that my gap is 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, that's still 4. There we go. Well, that was unfortunate. Oh, do you know what? We're going to have them all over the place because we need to... these massive belts up here are going to require each and every time something crosses it, something like that. Yeah, I don't fancy having lots of these around the place. Let's... Oh, hang on. Let's rethink it. Oh, that one. Let's rethink this. Wiggly Fox is here for 7 months. Saying wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Thank you, Wiggly Fox. Appreciate your support. Can we do something like this? Am I? No, that immediately. Maybe. That's not right. So then, hang on. This is filled up space. If it starts earlier, or actually no, maybe. I was thinking if the gap were 2, maybe it would work. Because you just need a bit. Yeah, I think if we make the gap 2 each time, it works. Someone in chat says the other diagonal. It's only, well, oh, you mean, yeah, it's mirrored, isn't it? It doesn't matter what diagonal it is. Okay, so these are going to be filled up. Oh, wait, yeah, hang on a minute. They're going to be filled up. So, does that give that enough space to jump to there? It actually does. That actually wasn't what I was thinking of doing, but looks like this just might work. It might just be crazy enough to work. Right, then here we need that. No, not there. Ugh. Things just got weird. Let's try it again. Right, is it me, or would that actually work, right? That appears to have worked. I think. I don't know. Yeah. So what? Why does that look so odd though? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like it sort of starts and ends in the wrong place a little bit. Oh, have I built them all the wrong way around as well? Ah! Built them all the wrong way around. Let's try again. Hopefully that's not the case for these ones here, right? Like, blue is the correct direction. Blue to green. Whoopsie. It's just weird how that last one goes in, but it doesn't feel like that's mirrored over here or something. Or maybe it is. Like, it's sort of mirrored with 2 there, isn't it? Maybe it's because that... Still feel like there's something odd about this symmetry, like I've missed something somewhere. I guess maybe it's because this starts one out when really it should have started one in. Oh, that's it. Okay, wait. So let's go move that all in by 1. Because we want this to be dead neat, basically. And it's got to be a gap of 2. Would that be it? Wait, blue to green, blue to green. Yeah, so that's connected, right? Okay, we need the end of that one. Yeah, there we go. Something still looks really odd about this. Just the one on the top would have done the job, says Daniel MC. I think I might start again on it. Like, I am super confused now. It just don't look right. I think it's because you have a gap of 2 in the one and a gap of 7, 8 in the other. There's something odd. Let's start again. There's something just not quite right here. Like the way I've started it or ended it or something. So let's try and bring it back a little bit. And then that. So if we put that there, the furthest it can go, right, so then it can go out by 1. Let's say we then come here and go like that. Yeah? Now the next one would be here, but it would be pointing in, so... And then... Okay. That's symmetrical. Now where do we go with the next bit? Because... in theory, I can just do this now. out and not even worry about like using up that middle space. That's probably what was throwing me off, is like trying to line up that middle space when there was no need for it. Or wait a minute. No, I should put that there. Okay, slight modification. Let's actually have this in line with the edge. So that means I want to rip out those ones. Okay, and then these go in. That looks wrong. Now, is that it? Is that correct? That looks very correct to me. I think that's it. Now, I think in theory, actually, all of those could be dropped back by one. But either way, it's done symmetrically each side, so yeah. Wait, is it... No, the tunnels are the right direction. Tunnels are the right direction. Anyway. Oh, here's the thing, though. That's like left, right, and up. And sometimes I want the whole thing to be reversed. But anyway. So if I now copy that... Okay. I'm regretting doing this with 8 belts. We should have gone for 7. Oh, if only I'd have known. We want... Oh, this is redonkulous. Like, we want both of these things to go downwards, essentially. You know what? I'm going to leave it there. Because... Right, we've got to move our circles up and across. And then we've got to start thinking about how we pull down... the white colour wherever it is several times over. You can still make it with 7. Destruction is quicker than construction, says Swisscore. That is true. That is true. Also, Xavier MC Player here for 2 months. You really love the stuff I'm doing, and you hope you're gonna doing good through this COVID thing. I'm doing fine, man. I hope you're doing well as well. Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I feel like my brain's just hit a bit of an exhaustion point today with all the engineering we're doing. Plus, 2 hours is pretty much my stream length time, right? Let's go search what's happening in the world of shapes.io. Peeps, if you enjoyed the stream today, be sure to hit that follow button. And stick around if you'd like to be a part of a raid. Seems like... there aren't other English-speaking players right now, so what I'll do is send you to Jamorian, who is playing some Satisfactory. This guy's a cool streamer. Yeah, so... massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. As always, I appreciate your support. Thank you to all of my patrons. And you can now hit the raid button in chat. That is it from me this stream. I'll be seeing you again on Tuesday with a Hermitcraft livestream, I think. Anyway. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.